There comes a time in your life when you must stop explaining yourself, stop proving yourselves, stop chasing people who have already decided not to understand you, stop announcing your plans to people who are waiting for you to fail. There is power in silence. There is power in walking away without making a speech. There is power in looking at your own life and saying, I have work to do on me. Because while you are busy watching everybody else, your own life is passing you by. While you are measuring their success, your own potential is waiting. While you are worrying about who is talking about you, you are forgetting the voice that matters most, the voice inside you telling you that you were made for more. So focus on your healing, focus on your discipline. Focus on your purpose, and when people ask what you are doing, sometimes say nothing. Let your life answer. Let your character answer. Let your growth answer. You do not need to tell everybody where you are going. Some journeys become stronger when they are protected by silence. Life will teach you something if you are willing to listen. It will teach you that everybody does not deserve access to your dreams. Everybody does not deserve an explanation for your decisions. Everybody does not deserve to know what you are building in the quiet. There are seasons when you must become less available to distraction and more available to yourself. You have spent enough time looking outward. Now look inward. Ask yourself, what am I becoming? What am I tolerating? What am I avoiding? What am I capable of if I stop making excuses? Those questions can change your life because sometimes the greatest battle is not against another person. It is against the version of yourself that keeps delaying the life you know you are supposed to live. You cannot control who misunderstands you. You cannot control who leaves. You cannot control who talks. You cannot control who doubts you. But you can control your response. You can control your effort. You can control your discipline. You can control whether you get up tomorrow and try again. And that is where your power begins. Not when everybody believes in you. Not when everybody applauds. But when you decide that your purpose is bigger than their opinions, you will lose yourself if you spend your whole life watching everybody else. Look at them. They are ahead. They are richer. They are happier. They are more successful. They have more followers. They have a bigger house. They drive a better car. They seem to have everything you are still praying for. And slowly, without even realizing it, you begin to believe that your life is somehow falling behind. Stop. Stop measuring your life against somebody else's highlight reel. Stop comparing your beginning to somebody else's middle. Stop looking at somebody else's harvest while you are still planting your seeds. You do not know what they sacrificed. You do not know what they endured. You do not know how many nights they cried. You do not know how many times they failed. You do not know what happens when the cameras are off, when the applause disappears, and when they are left alone with their own thoughts. So why are you judging your entire life by what you can see from the outside? And more importantly, their journey is not your assignment. Your assignment is you, your growth, your character, your discipline, your healing, your purpose, your relationship with God. That is where your attention belongs. There is something sacred about becoming comfortable with your own path. Maybe your progress is slow. Keep going. Maybe nobody notices. Keep going. Maybe you are rebuilding from a place nobody understands. Keep going. Maybe you are carrying responsibilities that make your journey harder than someone else's. Keep going. You do not need to bloom on somebody else's schedule. A seed does not become a tree because somebody shouted at it. It grows because it was designed to grow. It grows underground, quickly, panderedly, without applause, and so were you. There are things happening inside you that nobody can see yet. Your patience is growing, your wisdom is growing, your strength is growing, your faith is growing. Your character is being tested. Your heart is being prepared. Do not mistake silence for failure. Do not mistake slow progress for no progress. Sometimes the deepest work happens where nobody can see it. God did not give you your life so you could spend it constantly measuring yourself against another human being. You were given your own road, your own lessons, your own timing, your own calling. And what God has for you does not require you to become somebody else. You do not have to copy another person's life to live a meaningful one. You do not have to become louder to become powerful. You do not have to compete with everybody around you. You have to become faithful to the person you were created to become. So stop looking sideways, look forward. When comparison enters your mind, return to the work, return to the discipline, return to the prayer, return to your purpose, return to the promise you made to yourself. And remember, you are not behind, you are becoming. You are learning, you are growing, you are preparing, and every step counts, because every minute you spend watching someone else's life is a minute you could have spent building your own. So focus on yourself, not because you hate others, not because you think you are better than anyone, but because you finally understand something powerful. Your life deserves your attention, your dreams deserve your effort, your future deserves your discipline. And you deserve the chance to become everything you were meant to be. Not everything needs a response. Ride that again in your heart. Not everything needs a response. There are moments in life when your greatest strength is not what you say. It is what you choose not to say. Some people want your reaction. Give them silence. Some people want an explanation. Give them peace. Some people want to pull you into arguments that have nothing to do with your future. Do not go. You have too much to build. Too much to heal, too much to become. You cannot afford to spend your precious energy fighting battles that were never assigned to you. Every argument does not deserve your voice. Every accusation does not deserve your defense. Every opinion does not deserve your attention. There will always be someone who misunderstands you. There will always be someone who talks about you. There will always be someone who creates a version of you in their mind that has nothing to do with who you really are. Let them. You do not have to chase every rumor. You do not have to correct every lie. You do not have to defend yourself against every misunderstanding, because when you spend your entire life trying to control what other people think about you, you surrender control over your own life. Silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. Silence means you have learned that you do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. It means you have learned that peace is sometimes more valuable than being right. You do not have to defend your character to people committed to misunderstanding it. You do not have to prove your heart to someone determined to question it. You do not have to convince everyone that your intentions are good. God knows your heart. Let that be enough. Sometimes you simply step back. You breathe, you pray, you think. And you keep moving, not because you are afraid to speak, but because you have finally learned that your energy is precious. Let them wonder, let them knock, let them assume, let them create stories about you. You do not have to interrupt every story people tell. Your responsibility is not to control their mouths. Your responsibility is to control your life, control your choices, control your attitude, control your discipline, control where you place your attention. And there is another kind of silence you must learn. The silence before achievement. Not every dream needs an announcement. Not every plan needs an audience. Not every goal needs to be explained. Sometimes you need to protect what you are building, because when a dream is still fragile, too many opinions can make you doubt what your heart already knows. So stop telling everybody what you are going to do. Do it. Stop announcing every move. Make the move. Stop explaining your vision to people who cannot see it. Build it. Protect your vision. Work quietly, pray quietly, grow quietly, heal quietly, discipline yourself quietly. Let your transformation happen without an audience. And one day the results will speak so clearly that you will not need to say anything. The person who doubted you will see. The person who underestimated you will see. The person who thought you would remain the same will see. But you will not need revenge. You will not need an explanation. You will not need to say, "I told you so." You will simply keep walking. Because your life will have become the evidence, your peace will become the evidence, your growth will become the evidence, your character will become the evidence. Let your life become your explanation. Speak less, bill more, rat less, grow more, announce less, become more. And when the time comes, let the life you built in silence speak louder than anything you could have said. Anybody can work hard when people are watching. Anybody can talk about discipline when motivation is high. Anybody can look committed when the applause is loud and the rewards are immediate. But who are you when nobody is watching? That is the real question. Who are you when nobody is checking? Who are you when nobody is praising you? Who are you when nobody knows how hard you are trying? That is where your character is revealed. Will you get up when you do not feel like getting up? Will you continue when nobody notices? Will you keep going when the results are invisible? Will you stay faithful when the answer has not arrived? Will you keep believing when your circumstances are telling you to quit? That is where strength is built, not in the spotlight, in the quiet, in the ordinary mornings, in the lonely nights. In the moments when quitting would be easier, that is where you decide who you are becoming. You must learn to keep promises to yourself. If you say you will do it, do it. If you say you will change, change. If you say you will stop returning to what destroys your peace, stop returning. If you say you will take your life seriously, Take it seriously. Your words mean something, especially the words you speak to yourself. Because every time you make a promise to yourself and break it, something inside you becomes weaker. And every time you make a promise and keep it, something inside you becomes stronger. You cannot build a powerful life with weak commitments. You cannot keep betraying yourself and then wonder why you do not trust yourself. Discipline is how you rebuild that trust, one decision at a time, one morning at a time, one difficult choice at a time. You do not need to transform your entire life in one day. You need to win the moment in front of you. Wake up, do the work, say no when you need to say no, walk away when you need to walk away. Keep your word, keep your faith, keep moving. You may not feel strong today. Do it anyway. You may feel tired. Do it anyway. You may be afraid. Do it anyway. You may not believe in yourself completely yet. Do it anyway, because discipline does not ask how you feel. Discipline asks what you decided. Motivation comes and goes. Feelings change. Circumstances change. People change. But commitment says, I made a decision and I am going to honor it. That is strength. And faith gives you the courage to continue when your eyes cannot yet see the destination. Sometimes God will not show you the entire staircase. You will only see the next step. Take it, then another, then another. You may not understand the whole plan. Keep walking. You may not know how everything will work out. Keep trusting. You may not see the reward yet. Keep planting. There are seasons when your work seems invisible. But invisible does not mean meaningless. The roots grow before the tree becomes visible. The foundation is built before the house can be admired. And your character is being built before your success can be seen. So keep going. Quickly, faithfully, passionately. Work when nobody applauds. Pray when nobody knows. Stay disciplined when nobody is watching. Because one day, you will look back and realize that the small choices you made in silence were the choices that changed your entire life. Your future is being built right now, in moments nobody else will ever see. There is a point where explanation becomes exhaustion. You explain, they misunderstand. You explain again, they twist your words. You explain again, they question your intentions. You explain again, and somehow, after all those words, they still refuse to see you. Enough, there comes a moment when you must understand that not everyone is trying to understand you. Some people are simply trying to argue with you. Some people are not looking for truth. They are looking for control, and you cannot convince someone who has already decided what they want to believe. So stop exhausting yourself trying. You are allowed to stop explaining. You are allowed to walk away from conversations that drain your spirit. You are allowed to protect your peace without feeling guilty. You are allowed to outgrow people. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to choose yourself, and choosing yourself does not make you selfish. Sometimes choosing yourself is the first honest thing you have done in years. Because perhaps you spent too long trying to keep everybody comfortable while you were quietly falling apart. You became everything everybody needed. You became the listener, the helper, the supporter, the forgiving one, the dependable one. You carried people. You encouraged people. You forgave people. You showed up for people. You answered the phone. You gave second chances. You stayed when it was difficult. But who showed up for you? Who asked if you were tired? Who asked what your heart needed? Who noticed the weight you were carrying? And perhaps the answer is painful, but it can also be freeing, because you cannot spend the rest of your life waiting for somebody else to give you permission to take care of yourself. You must learn to care for your own soul. You must learn to protect your own peace. You must learn to listen to your own heart. Now understand this. You cannot pour endlessly from an empty heart. You cannot rescue everybody. You cannot fix everybody. You cannot carry everybody. You cannot make everybody love you. And you cannot force someone to recognize your value. Your value does not decrease because somebody failed to see it. A diamond does not become ordinary because someone cannot recognize its worth. Your character does not become less beautiful because someone misunderstood it. Your heart does not become less valuable because someone rejected it. So stop begging to be understood. Stop begging to be chosen. Stop begging to be respected. Stop chasing people who make you question whether you are worthy of basic kindness. Stand in your truth. Stand in your dignity. Stand in your faith. Stand firmly in the person you are becoming. You do not have to become bitter. You do not have to become cruel. You do not have to hate anyone. Simply release what you cannot control. Let people make their choices. You make yours. Choose peace. Choose growth. Choose purpose. Choose healing. Choose discipline. Choose yourself. And sometimes choosing yourself means walking away without anger. It means closing the door without slamming it. It means wishing someone well without inviting them back into your life. It means understanding that forgiveness does not always require access. You can love people from a distance. You can forgive and still have boundaries. You can care and still walk away. And you can move forward without explaining every step. Your life is yours. Your time is yours. Your energy is yours. Your future is yours. So stop asking people to approve the life you were brave enough to choose. Keep walking, keep growing, keep praying, keep becoming. You do not need their permission. There will be a season when nobody understands what you are doing. Let them not understand. There will be a season when your progress looks invisible. Keep working. There will be a season when you feel like nothing is changing. Keep believing, because roots grow in darkness before branches reach the light. The strongest foundations are often built where nobody is looking, and your quiet season is not necessarily a wasted season. It may be preparation, it may be strengthening, it may be correction, it may be God teaching you patience before giving you responsibility. It may be the season where you are becoming strong enough to carry what you have been praying for. So do not despise the quiet. Use it to become wiser. Use it to become stronger. Use it to become disciplined. Use it to become emotionally mature. Use it to become the person your future requires. Because sometimes the blessing is simply receiving what you ask for. Sometimes the blessing is becoming capable of handling it. And that kind of growth takes time. It takes pressure. It takes patience. It takes faith, so stop rushing the process. Stop looking for applause before the work is finished. Stop announcing who you are going to become. Become it. Do not tell everybody you are going to change. Chant. Do not tell everybody you are going to work harder. Work harder. Do not tell everybody you are going to heal. Heal. Do not tell everybody you are going to build something meaningful. Build it day after day, morning after morning, decision after decision. Let your actions become louder than your promises. When you fail, learn. When you fall, rise. When you are rejected, redirect. When you are disappointed, grow. When you are tired, rest. But do not surrender. There is a difference between resting and quitting. Rest when your body needs restoration. Rest when your mind needs clarity. Rest when your heart needs peace. But when you wake up again, keep going. And when people ask how you did it, remember the nights they never saw. Remember the tears you wiped away alone. Remember the prayers whispered when you had no words left. Remember the mornings you got up with a heavy heart and still chose to move forward. Remember the moments when you questioned yourself. Remember the days when giving up seemed easier. Remember the version of you who almost gave up and chose not to. That person deserves to see what happens next. That person deserves to experience the life you are building now. So protect your peace. Guard your focus. Keep your heart anchored. Keep your faith alive, and stay quiet when silence serves your purpose. You do not need to announce the next chapter. You only need to write it. One page at a time, one decision at a time, one courageous step at a time. Let people wonder where you are going. You know where you are going, and even when you do not know every detail, keep walking with faith, because sometimes God gives you enough light for the next step. Not the entire road. Take the step. Then take another. One day, the same people who questioned your direction may look at your life and wonder how you became so different. You will not need to answer, because your discipline will answer. Your peace will answer. Your character will answer. Your consistency will answer. Your results will answer. And perhaps the most powerful answer of all will be the person you became when nobody was watching. The person who stayed when quitting was easier. The person who believed when doubt was louder. The person who worked when nobody applauded. The person who prayed when nobody knew. The person who kept becoming quietly, faithfully, patiently. Build in silence. Grow in silence. Heal in silence. Let your life speak when your words no longer need to.